Hi guys, welcome to Man United Gang. Now in this video I'm going to talk about the situation of Paul Pogba. So recently reports come out that Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola has spoken, and that is what I want to talk about. But before I talk about that, please don't forget to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and also turning the notification bell on. That is the only way you will know if another video has come out. But for now, let's get started. So there is a report coming out saying that Mino Raiola has spoken to one of the newspapers saying that Paul Pogba can be involved in a deal involving Eden Hazard. So that means there is a possibility of a swap deal involving Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard from Real Madrid. And you can see yet again, this time round, again towards the end of the season, the story of Real Madrid and Paul Pogba comes out. So what am I thinking? Because you see that every now and then when summer approaches, Paul Pogba is always linked to a move. A move that has been there recently is that Paul Pogba is likely to go back to Juventus, where he was a player on form. But right now, Mino Raiola has come out, he has spoken, and now he's saying that Paul Pogba can be involved in a swap deal, and who knows if all the parties are interested. So you see, if Paul Pogba can be involved in a deal with Real Madrid, that means Real Madrid as a club should agree with Manchester United as a club. Then again, Eden Hazard should agree to the move and Paul Pogba should agree to the move. But Mino Raiola says that this one depends on what United will offer. Of course, we know Paul Pogba is a very important player to Manchester United, and therefore Manchester United will be willing to keep Pogba at the club. So that means they will do anything to see Pogba signing another deal. What about we fans? We fans also will like Paul Pogba so much, especially if you know what Pogba can do on the pitch. You have recently seen how Paul Pogba is a very important player for Manchester United, especially when he plays on the left. And you see what magic Paul Pogba does on the pitch. And that is the reason why we cannot afford to let Paul Pogba go. So even if a deal will come involving the swap between Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard, I'm saying that I don't think we'll go for that deal, because Eden Hazard, since he went to Real Madrid, he has never been fit. Eden Hazard gets injured every now and then. So we don't want a player who will come and just increase the wage bill and not play the game. And furthermore, we know that Manchester United are planning to challenge for the title come next season. And that is the reason why I'm saying we cannot afford to lose Paul Pogba. So whichever the case, what Mino Raiola is speaking about, please, Manchester United should come in and try to secure another few years on Paul Pogba's contract. We need Paul Pogba's services, because currently, even if you look at the players in the midfield, let's look at the situation of Fred and McTominay. We know that they are good players, their work rates are good, but when it comes to vision and spreading of the ball across the pitch or all over the pitch, we know that they cannot do that. And Paul Pogba is the only player who can do that from deep in the midfield. So I don't think we should let Paul Pogba go. Of course, Mino Raiola has come up with some reasons, saying that Paul Pogba, from way back then, his dream has been to win a Champions League and also the title. Of course, Paul Pogba won the title, the Europa League, with Manchester United back in 2017 under Jose Mourinho. And this time round again, Manchester United is likely to win the same Europa League. So you can see Manchester United are heading towards the right direction, and therefore I think all these situations will attract Paul Pogba and allow Paul Pogba to commit himself at the club. I want to see a repeat of what happened with Eric Bailly with Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba committing himself to the club, signing a long-term contract to the club, and I think that will happen. So we'll be following this story very keenly, and we'll look at the situation of Paul Pogba. So that story that Mino Raiola is saying about Paul Pogba winning the Champions League and winning the title, I'm very sure next year Manchester United will be in that race and Paul Pogba will be part of it. So please, Paul Pogba, try to listen to Manchester United fans, try to listen to your heart and commit yourself to the club and give the club the services that they need. We fans, we will back you, and therefore we will give you all the support to make sure that you become successful at Manchester United. So that is what Mino Raiola claims about Paul Pogba. So he's saying that, just to remind you, if you are tuning into the video, just to remind you that Mino Raiola has come out and spoken and said that the deal between Paul Pogba can be possible and there can be a swap deal between Eden Hazard and Paul Pogba. So that is what Mino Raiola is saying. But again, he came out and said that the two clubs will depend on, the deal will depend on the two clubs, that is Real Madrid and Manchester United, because he believes that big clubs do not like to sell big players to other big clubs, and that is what big clubs fear, because you can imagine we'll be competing with Real Madrid next season in the Champions League, and therefore if we give Real Madrid Paul Pogba, that means Manchester United will be having a deficit on their side, and therefore you see that will be a step backward to Manchester United. But what we want is Manchester United signing more players so that we can even become more stronger. So this story about the swap deal, of course anything can happen in football, but for now the story is that Mino Raiola has just hinted about Eden Hazard and Pogba swap deal. So we'll be following this story very keenly, and we'll see how it will develop. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to support the channel. You can only support the channel by subscribing, liking and sharing. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be able to enjoy this great content that I'm producing. So please, I hope you have enjoyed the video. So until next time, bye bye.